Shalom, and welcome to Beit She'an. Beit She'an is located pretty centrally in Israel, just south of the Sea of Galilee. It controls the meeting point of the two main valleys, the Jezreel and the Jordan Valley, and it was surrounded by fertile farmland. It would have been a strategic city in the time of Christ, along the path from Galilee to Jerusalem. The first excavations were done by the University of Pennsylvania in the 1920s. They found a Canaanite city dating to 2000 BC. In the 12th and 16th century BC, Egypt controlled the area, and on top of the tell, we can find an Egyptian temple. This is the outside of one of the Roman bathhouses found in Beit She'an. This bathhouse would have been roughly 90,000 square feet, and in this bathhouse there was two rooms, a hot room and a warm room. Outside, under a covered colonnade, there would have been a large pool as well. Also in this area there would have been barbers, hairdressers, and masseuses. This bathhouse would have been comprised of an elevated floor. Outside of the bathhouse, in this area, there would have been a fire. The warm air would have been blown underneath the floor, and inside you would have had servants pouring water on the floor to make a sauna. This is Palladius Street. It was named after one of the governors that served in the 4th century. There was a mosaic found in and around the street that mentioned this governor. The sides of the streets would have been covered and paved with mosaics. Halfway down on the left, we could find a semicircular structure that would have served as a commercial focal point as well as a brothel. The right-hand side of the street would have been lined with shops directly off the corridor. Recent excavations have shown that there would have also been shops below these shops with entrances down on the street below. 1 Samuel 31. Now the Philistines fought against Israel. The Israelites fled before them, and many fell dead on Mount Gilboa. The Philistines were in hot pursuit of Saul and his sons, and they killed his sons. The fighting grew fierce around Saul, and when the archers overtook him, they wounded him critically. Saul said to his armor-bearer, "Draw your sword and run me through, or these uncircumcised fellows will come and run me through and abuse me." But his armor-bearer was terrified and would not do it. So Saul took his own sword and fell on it. When the armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he too fell on his sword and died with him. So Saul and his 3 sons and armor-bearer and all his men died together that same day. When the Israelites along the valley and those across the Jordan saw that the Israelite army had fled and that Saul and his sons had died, they abandoned their towns and fled, and the Philistines came and occupied them. The next day, when the Philistines came to strip the dead, they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen on Mount Gilboa. They cut off their heads and stripped off his armor, and they sent messengers throughout the land of the Philistines to proclaim the news in the temple of their idols and among their people. They put his armor in the temple and fastened his body to the wall of Beit She'an. During all the different excavations, they have uncovered over 20 different civilization layers on the tell of Beit She'an. In 749 AD, an earthquake destroyed the city. It was so violent that the entire city was deserted. What we see here is an example of a Roman public latrine. Water would have flowed underneath the seats, washing away the sewage. The theater at Beit She'an is one of the best preserved theaters in all of Israel. There would have been seating for around 7,000 people. It was built during the 2nd century AD, and the back wall of the stage would have been roughly 70 feet tall. It would have been this tall so that all the seats would have had the view of the corridor blocked so they could enjoy the show without distractions. Thank you for touring Beit She'an with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next sign.